This is my second weekly tools video, where I show you a tool that you should embrace and make a song with. It's all about learning, and if you want to know more about why I think it's so important to learn new skills, then check out my video, why you should do something new. In today's episode, I'm gonna show you how you can make bass drums and snare drums in the Helm synthesizer, which is free for all, and then you should make a song using these. We will start by making a bass drum. Okay, so I loaded Helm synthesizer and made a loop playing a note. The first thing I would do is to decrease the attack time, so there is no attack time in the amplitude envelope. And then I will switch to a sine oscillator and mute the second oscillator. But let's try to make it a bit more punchy, and we can do that by simply removing the sustain. And we can also transpose it a bit down. And then the last thing to do is to make the mod envelope control the transpose button. And then by changing the decay rate, we will get like this kick sound. Let's try to... I think this sounds like a kick. What I do is I choose the mod envelope and then I press this button which assigns it to control something else. And right now it's modifying the transpose button with 25 semitones. We can try to change it. And we can try to change the decay time. And in this way, simply shape how our bass drum sounds. I think this became a... So I will rename this bass drum, and then I will go and make a snare drum. The first thing again, I will make a pattern 2 and 4. And then what I do is I again decrease the attack to 0 seconds to make it more snappy. And then I'm gonna use a triangle oscillator, and I'm again only gonna use one. Again, just like with the bass drum, I will make the transient a bit more punchy by simply deleting the sustain. So now we have like the more like the actual drum of the snare drum. And again, we can go and use the mod envelope to change the transpose. There is a lot of guys saying that when you're tuning the snare drum, it should be in the realm of 200 Hertz. We can go and check by using the equalizer. So right now we can make a mark on 200. We could take it a bit down until we hit the 200 mark now. Yes. And again, we can change the decay time, and we can change how many semitones it transposes. Right now it's 7. And then the next thing we need is like the clap sound kind of, which is simply gonna be noise. And this is one way of making a snare drum. Another way, again only using Helm, that I found that I like, is, again, I change the attack time, I choose the triangle. But now, instead of using the amplitude envelope to control the oscillator 1 amplitude, I use the filter envelope. Because I would kind of like the oscillator 1 to be shorter than the noise oscillator. And just like before. And now when I introduce noise, we can just add the equalizer to check. That's a bit. And now we can simply shorten the length of the snare drum with the filter envelope. So, yet another way. And again, what I did with the equalizer is that I made a point at 200 Hertz. So now I have a reference point. So if it peaks around 200, then I know that I'm kind of in the right area. But if you think something else sounds better, then of course always do what you think sounds the best. You can try some different. Yeah, 200 is really good. Another small trick is that you can combine them into a drum rack. So I just add a drum rack. And I take the bass drum and I put it into the first cell, and I take my first, so now when I play the drum rack, they are not tuned accurately anymore because they are given a new note. So what I need to do is to go and tune them. I can drag this. Yeah. So let's try to make a song using the bass drum and the snare drum. Okay, so I think I will actually continue last week's tools and make it so that the A part is in 3/4 and the B part in 4/4. I'm thinking of making the bass drum be a bass too. Yeah. I'll play it an octave up just to be sure that I play the right notes. Okay, let's record. Yes, and I just select everything by pressing Ctrl A and Shift down. Let's try to record some audio. Sounds really good. I heard it as a minor thing, and therefore I think it's really funny to try to make it something major. Earlier today I got the idea that I want to write something that was kind of good morning and good night, and I'm simply just gonna write some words that fits with this, or some sentences. And again, I have no clue about what I'm doing, but this is making music. Morning depression is crawling up my spine. I hear the alarm, an hour too late. Morning routines I cannot keep. Time is... What is time? Time can be like... Time is fragile, and so am I. Rewind and repeat. Rewind and repeat, rewind and repeat. For a year and a life. Don't know how to quit. I would like to expand this. What does it mean that time is fragile? So nothing bad, I just want to try to squeeze the lemon on this one. Good morning and good night. It could be a metaphor for when you are waking up, then you're going to sleep in your dreams. And maybe your dreams is a nicer place to be. So good morning and good night. See you in a moment. Let's try to make it fit in the song. Morning depression is crawling up my spine. Yeah. Morning, 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 morning depression. Morning, morning depression. Morning depression. Morning depression. Morning depression is crawling up. Morning depression is crawling up my spine. I hear the alarm. An hour too late. Okay, I'll just try to record it and then see what happens. Morning depression is crawling up my spine. I hear the alarm. An hour too late. Morning routines I cannot keep up with. Time is fragile, and so am I. Rewind and repeat, 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 rewind and repeat. Rewind and repeat. Yeah, it's nice with some more kick. Rewind and repeat. maybe again dub it with the piano. And maybe I will simply add the third. Okay, so we need to make some lyrics for this part. Was the first thing that came to my head when that. So I also made up some kind of lyrics. You can run, you can hide, you can run, you can hide, but never get fixed. You can run, you can hide yourself, you can run. I think there is missing a synthesizer, so I'll just make a helm, and they should actually be playing the same as the piano. I'm just gonna make something. And then I just use Sketch cassette to make it sound. What I did was to use the bass drum as a bass and simply let it inspire me to do some music. And for me, this was a great opportunity to learn something new, and I actually enjoyed making this, even though I don't feel like this is a song that's going to be released on my next EP or album or whatever it's going to be. But for me, it's just really, really nice to actually do something and get to the point where I actually can feel what the song is about. And I learned today that I need to use more hand percussion and simply record more, because every time I record, I think it becomes better. So make a song using the tool and remember to finish it. Because if you don't finish your song, you don't really get the sense of what you're doing. It's like making a lasagna and not finishing it in the oven. You will know how each individual parts taste, but you won't get a feeling of how the lasagna is tasting. And for me, music is about making songs and not individual parts. If you want to mess around with the song I just wrote, then please just write it in the comment and I will upload it in one of the following days. If you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up button and consider to subscribe to my channel. It would truly make me happy. Morning depressions is crawling up my spine. I hear the alarm, and now we're too late. Morning routines I cannot keep up with. Time is fragile, and so am I. Rewind everything, rewind everything, rewind everything, rewind everything. You can run, you can hide yourself, you can run, you can hide, but never get fixed. see you in a moment. Rewind and repeat. Rewind and repeat. Rewind and repeat. Rewind.